And Jesus asks, "Who do you say that I am?" Jesus asked this question of the disciples after recently feeding 2 different crowds from minimal resources of bread with leftovers. Most recently, the Pharisees and Sadducees have asked him for a sign. He points to signs in nature that tell of the weather and questions how they can tell that, yet cannot tell or interpret the signs of God manifested in the world. He and the disciples cross over to the other side, and Jesus says to them, "Watch out and beware of the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees." Disciples caught up in their self-perceived shortcoming, their forgetfulness, ask, "Is it because we forgot to bring bread?" Jesus, becoming aware of their thoughts, says, "You of little faith, why are you talking about having no bread? Do you still not perceive? Do you not remember the 5 loaves for the 5,000 and how many baskets you gathered? Or the 7 loaves for the 4,000 and how many baskets you gathered then? How could you fail to perceive that I was not speaking about bread? Beware the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees." Then they understood what he was saying. Beware of the teaching of the Pharisees and Sadducees. In Jesus, through Jesus, there is more than enough of what is necessary. He teaches through miracles, healings, and words, through giving completely of himself, and in the end of giving life itself for the life of the world. Right now, we struggle to understand, to find our way into a new way of being in the world. The coronavirus has changed our world forever, and some of us live in fear, some in faith, some in defiance, some in sorrow, and all of us grieve what we no longer enjoy. It is a time of deepening faith, of new challenges which call forth our best innovative ideas. We mourn. We mourn gathering together. We miss the smiling faces and warm embraces that lie at the very heart of Good Shepherd. We miss Holy Communion and gathering at the altar rail to receive the sustenance of the body and blood of Christ. We miss our children racing for donuts as they come out of Sunday school. We miss supporting our youth. We miss dinner and games with the Family Promise families and gathering for Justice Knox rallies. We miss lively conversations around topics at Good Shepherd and the world. And we miss being with one another for the holy moments in life. We miss our church community. And the question comes, how do we creatively move forward in this time of coronavirus without endangering one another or overburdening the healthcare system or putting our greater community at risk? Yet this is what we are as the community of Good Shepherd in this time. We are a worshiping community that puts the day to rest together in Compline and joins together for morning prayer on Sundays. We are quiet contemplatives who are nurtured in the silence and gathering of centering prayer. We are the ones who lovingly prepare warm meals and boxes of food to deliver to our neighbors in need. We are the people who still bring meals to Family Promise, even though we can't be in closer relationship. We are the people who write letters to our civic leaders, who vote, who support the identified needs of justice in our community. We are still a church that loves and cares about our neighbors in Fountain City, in the city of Knoxville, and around the world in Kondoa, Tanzania. We are a church with a heart for the homeless, the hungry, the abused, and anyone in struggle. We are a church where everyone matters, every gift matters, every ministry matters. So when Jesus asks, "Who do you say that I am?" what is your response? How would you answer? Dory, who is Jesus to you? Jesus is my friend, my teacher, the light, love, the very presence of God made manifest in human flesh. You, Jesus, are Emmanuel, God with us. You are the light that shines in my darkest moments, the love that holds me fast when I'm in pain. You are the strength that carries me when I fail or my hope falters. You are the love that lives within my heart, which kindles compassion. You are the eyes through which I see inequality, injustice, oppression. And you are the heart within that aches. You are the one who patiently waits for me to turn around to see your light and to let you into my heart. You are the one who quietly waits for me to understand and who at times gives me a jolt to get it. You are the one who loves me regardless of my shortcomings and who continually tells me I am enough. In the moments that I stop and feel your presence, the world lights up and becomes fresh and new. You are the one who embraces everyone, loves each one fully. You are laughter and joy itself. And when I look out in the world, you are the immigrant worker, the hotel housekeeper, or the worker striving to make a living wage. You are the young man walking down the street in New York, whose demeanor quietly speaks of having been used and abused by another. Or the woman in Knoxville on North Gay Street who struggles at an intersection to cross the road, and as she turns to look at me, she says, "I can't walk too fast." I notice purple circles under her eyes, revealing the fullness of her comment. You are the one shunned by his or her parents because your sexual orientation confronts and confounds them. You are the child starving in Africa or India or even in my Fountain City neighborhood. You are the people mourning the loss of their loved ones in war-torn countries. You are the child crossing a border to gain a chance at life and freedom. You are those who hold other beliefs and viewpoints. You are the one whose skin is richly colored. You are the child who struggles to be understood. You are the rich person struggling within. You are the poor person struggling to survive. You are the person who lives alone. You are the heart of the family that comes together. You are the loneliness of the person who doesn't fit in. You are the gift of joy. You are the exuberant, unguarded love of our littlest ones. You are the hands of our most creative ones. You are this beautiful creation that holds us all. You are everything. You are the beginning and the end. I wish each day, each moment of each day, that I would live in remembrance of who you are, Jesus. But more often than not, I live from myself and try to give from myself and not from your abundance, God's abundance. This is more of a call to reflect and discover who Jesus is to each one of us. I invite you to take time today and write out your responses to Jesus asking you, who do you say that I am? Then reflect on how your life would be different if you lived into your response each day. Take time to wonder with your response. And Jesus asked, who do you say that I am?